Rejection. Have you ever been rejected? Now, if you have, you'll know exactly how that feels. And it sucks, to put it bluntly. But today I'm not talking about that kind of rejection because that's obviously where your mind would have gone. I'm talking about insurance rejection, rejection of a claim, repudiation of a claim. And I'm going to use an example for you. So I had a client that questioned me regarding a vehicle accident that he had. He wrote his car off, about 300,000 rand vehicle, gone. They rejected his claim based on non-disclosure, and he didn't understand and he wanted me to explain it to him. So non-disclosure, so that's what we're going to discuss, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Let's talk non-disclosure. So the client had had the policy for about 2 or 3 years, paid his premiums, carried on as normal, no issue, had his vehicle accident. So what I explained to him is the following. When he signed up for insurance, so when you apply for insurance, you get given a proposal form, the document, that's what it's called. And in the proposal form, you get asked various questions, and based on those questions, determine your policy, what your premium is, what conditions are placed on the policy, what are the endorsements, etc. Now, there's a section on the policy or the proposal form, where they ask you 3 specific questions. And they are, number 1, have you had any previous insurance? Had you had any previous insurance claims? So, subject insurance. Number 2, have you got any defaults or judgments on your name? And number 3, have you been convicted of a criminal offense or an offense where you are registered under the police SAPS records as a criminal per se? Right, you answered no to all 3 because what's that got nothing to do? That's none of their business. You don't need to give that information. Or perhaps you just realize that it's going to be a problem for you to get this policy. So you decide to answer no, like this client, on each of those questions. Now, you may ask, what has that got to do with the claim? Well, what it means is this particular client had answered no to previous insurance or had a policy rejected, etc. And it turned out he was a multi-claimant with the previous insurer. So he had claimed various motor vehicle accidents. So non-disclosure to this insurance company, which he kind of prejudiced because it didn't give them the opportunity to underwrite his policy correctly. So as much as I am sympathetic to the situation, and it's horrible because you'd have to go to the ombudsman to fight that, and it's just so unnecessary. The moral of this story is, and the bottom line is, when it comes to your proposal form, actually in all areas of your life, be honest. Just be truthful. We all make mistakes. We've all been there, done that, and sometimes we have to pay the price. But honesty is always the best policy.